Hi, my name is Tang.
And my name is Olivia.
Let's get started. When you open a program, this is what it should look like.
These are just some templates that you can use, but you can always create your own from scratch. To save time, we'll demonstrate how to make this book using a template.
So when you double-click the template, you arrive at the beginning of the first chapter. By clicking on the book title, we can change the book title to, let's say, e-learning. And we'll also change the font to a smaller one. And now we'll just change the authors to Olivia and Tang.
Going back to the first chapter, we will now edit the title to chemistry. We can also add a little introduction about the chapter. You can do this manually, or you can just paste it from a different source.
There you go. Keeping in mind, you still have to abide by the copyright laws.
We'll end this tutorial here.
For the next tutorial, we'll start adding images and videos. In this section of the tutorial, we'll show you how to make an interactive image. First, select widgets, then select interactive image. With interactive images, you can focus on a particular section of an ordinary image and add information. To do this, we use these labels. Now, there are two parts of this label. There's one, the small circle, which acts as an arrow to highlight the area of interest, and two is the text box. Now, at first, it will show you the title of the text box, and if we click on it, it will also expand and show you more information. Now, we'll start off by adding an image by dragging and dropping from the desktop. And in this case, we use the model of an atom. We move the small circle to highlight the area of interest, which is the nucleus. Change the title of the label box to nucleus. Then add a small description of it, made up of protons and neutrons. We can also edit the title of the image to, let's say, model of an atom. Now, notice that when we clicked on the label, it automatically zoomed in. We can change this to by sliding this bar up and down, how far we zoom in, as well as where it zooms into, the focus. Now we'll just make the focus this, and we'll also zoom out a little bit more. And to save this setting, click on Set View. We can also add in more labels by clicking the plus here. It will give us a box and an arrow. And that's it.
Now we will show you how to add a 3D picture into your book to make it a bit more interesting. iBooks Author takes 3D pictures with an extension of DAE. You can create it yourself using other softwares, or you can get it from another website like TurboSquid, which is what I did. The image would look like this in your computer. And we've chosen another image of an atom. Once you have your picture saved into your desktop, you can click on Widget and choose 3D. And once again, all you have to do is drag your image in. Once your image is in, you can edit the description, and also you can use the help widget to control the rotation, rotate horizontal and vertical. Also, you can choose for it to auto-rotate the object when it's idle. And that's it. Hi, in this tutorial we'll be showing you how to make small quizzes inside your book for your students to be able to revise their work. We'll be showing you different types of questions that you can include in your quiz. First, you start by clicking Widget and Review.
After clicking on Review, you'll be given a template multiple choice question. If you double click here, you can change the title of the quiz. Then you can change the question to, let's say, what is not a part of an atom. Down here are the choices for which the student can choose. You can choose which one is the correct choice by clicking on the small circles. Let's make choice C the correct one. And let's make choice A a proton, choice B neutron, choice C a car, and choice D an electron. Obviously, when the student chooses C, it will show up as correct, but if they don't choose the correct one, they'll be given a chance to redo the question. Now, if you want to choose another type of question, you click on this plus button over here and it'll give you a drop down menu. You can get a multiple choice question with a portrait picture on the side, or a multiple choice question with the picture as a horizontal picture, or you can choose a multiple choice which chooses between different pictures. You can change how many choices the student has by clicking on the appropriate question and choosing this small drop down menu, and it says here that we can have 2 to 6 choices. Let's make it 2. To add in the pictures that you want, all you have to do is drag and drop. My picture was too big. If this is the case, all you have to do is double click the picture and we should be able to zoom in or zoom out. You double click it again and we can actually resize the picture so that it fits inside the small frame. We'll do the same to this side. Double click it 2 times and it should give you a picture that's actually inside the frame. If you double click here, you can change the title of the quiz, and that's it.
Next, we'll show you 2 different types of questions. The first is the drag labels to target. We will use an atom for the students to label each part of it. The question will be, use labels to name each part of the atom. We'll move these labels to name each part. For example, this for the electron, the neutron. And since we have 3 parts but we're given 2 labels, you can actually use this choice here to add another label, which we'll use for the proton. So electron, neutron, and proton. We've placed these in the right place, but when the students come to do the actual quiz, they'll find the options here and they'll have to drag them themselves to the right place. And then they'll click check answer. If it's correct, they'll receive ticks. If it's wrong, they'll have a chance to redo it. Next question will be the drag thumbnail to target. It's basically the same type of questions, but instead of moving labels, it's now like small pictures. We'll use a blank type table, pretty table, to be our question. And then for the smaller pictures, we'll put 2 elements where the students will have to move them where they belong. So the question will be, drag each element to where it belongs in the periodic table. We'll place these in the right place so that the students later, they can move them to where it belongs, and again, if they get it right, the question will tell them correct. If they get it wrong, they'll have a chance to redo it.
Hi, this is the product. As you can see, this is the library. If we click on our book, it will instantly go to our video. And if we slide over, this is the table of contents. If we want to go to the first chapter, all we have to do is click on our first chapter, or we zoom out, we'll go back to the table of contents, and we can always zoom in to the introduction of the chapter. By sliding across, we'll go to our first page, which has the gallery on it. We can have multiple images in the gallery, like we said, and if we zoom across, we have our interactive image. We can just click on it straight away, click on a label, and it will expand, giving us more information. Or we can zoom in, see the whole picture, and click on a label. We zoom back out, and we're back to the page. We go to the next one, and if we leave it alone, the 3D image would automatically rotate. If we zoom in, we can also control which way it rotates. If we look at our video, we can zoom in and it will start playing. We zoom out.
Next part is the quiz. These are the questions we did in our tutorials. If the students choose the first one, for example, they have the option to check their answers. If it's wrong, they have a choice to redo it. Once they have the right answer, give them a tick. These are all the different questions we had. For example, this is the one where they have to move the labels to where they belong. The last one is where they have to move the pictures. At the end, it will show them their score. Also, a good feature of this book is if you go back to the text and there's an important part that the student wishes to go back later, they can just simply tap and hold, and it will highlight it. They can add a note to it, whatever they wish. So that way, when it comes in exam time and they want to revise, they can go to the top and they can see what they highlighted, the page, and so on. They can also view it in study cards, which would show them the chapter, the page, what they highlighted, and at the back, their notes. Also, there is the option of the glossary. All they have to do is press the button up here, click glossary, and they can see all the glossary of the book and also the related glossary terms, and they can just go between them.
And that's it.
That goes well.